In times like these, we need a strong leader, someone who'll fight for the people struggling to buy their fifth investment property, for the foreign-owned companies that pay fuck all taxes, and for Gina's dream of turning Australia into America Light. Project Gina. And that man is Peter Dutton. You might remember Pete from such hits as Let's Joke About Climate Change 'Cause I'm a Cunt. Let's Walk Out on the Apology to Stolen Generations 'Cause I'm a Cunt. Let's Keep Kids in Concentration Camps 'Cause I'm a Cunt. Let's Stoke Racism Against Palestinians, Lebanese refugees and Africans 'cause I'm a cunt. And of course, let's deport this family whilst giving visas to our mates au pairs 'cause I'm a cunt. But Australia's about to have an election, and for Pete to protect us from woke wind farms, he must first hold on to his seat. Dixon, when he remembers it exists, which is at election time, not when a cyclone's approaching. Then he'll be in Sydney for a 25 grand a head fundraiser, for which he'll charge taxpayers. Okay, so he bailed on you at a bad time, Dixon, but remember what Pete said. Time doesn't mean anything when you're about to have water lapping at your door, which might explain why it's taking 15 years to build this fucking bridge in his own electorate. But you can totes believe Pete when he says he'll build a nuclear power plant in 12 years. While you wait, Pete's fuel policy, which won't save you much money, should encourage even more car use in an area already munted by some of the worst traffic congestion in the world. But Pete's got no time for Dixon's petty problems. He's busy in Canberra, mainly scaring children. But he's no monster. He's a man of the people, specifically people who own multiple investment properties. And if you're wondering how your kids will ever afford a home, don't worry. Harry will be just fine. Pete stands by his principles, which is why he ditched his shitty Doge policies as soon as they became inconvenient, and now assures you he's not a MAGA guy. It's just a coincidence he appointed a MAGA hat-wearing, MAGA slogan-touting MP as his Minister for Efficiency, and that his Minister for Screeching said he'd have the exact same attitude as Trump, which has led many to wonder, do we really know who Peter Dutton is?
If you don't know, vote no.
When you put all this together, you might be thinking of voting for another major party, like the one that approved 10 new coal mines in a climate crisis. Or maybe for this community independent who'd represent Dixon for once, rather than Santos and Gina. Either way, Dixon, if enough of you put Peter last, he might lose his seat in Parliament at this election, which would force the shit party to replace him as leader with one of these Burks, which should finish it off for good. And that would be fucking hilarious. So don't do it, Dixon. Peter Dutton for Dixon. He might not be there for floods and fires, or ever really, but rest assured he'll be there on election day, 'cause he's authorised by Gina's portrait.
Do I have a dusty mood? I don't think I have a dusty mood, do I?
I don't know, but you got 2 sets of earphones on.
Yes,
Well,
I
that's
do.
always
Isn't
a
that
good
cool?
start.
This is neat, isn't it? This
cool.
is another
Yeah.
growth coming out of my head. I'm listening to myself over on the other streams. We're over on
Yeah, how
Mike
was our
Fit-
sound? I saw we were a little muddy, it sounded like, but
It was just Juice Media. I didn't engineer that, so it was a straight
not our
thing.
fault. Can't fix
Yeah.
everything in the world.
We try. Hi, everybody.
We-
Good to
we do
see
try.
you. I'm Dusty in the mood, Oz, and I am going to be in a mood tonight because
You
we're
dusty old boomer.
we're going to try tonight, Chanda, and keep everything on the up and up to give people a breath. But this week has been so horrific that I had to throw a couple of things in the deck, some real shit that really was too much. But we'll get to that with Israel and everything else. But I want to shout out everybody that is over here on the YouTube Red Angel. Natalie, I sent you a message, Natalie. Natalie, you got a message on your Facebook IM if you want to check that. That's really loud. I need to turn that down.
Turn it down.
Popeye, what's going on, Popeye? And Fred Edwards sharing us out everywhere. And thank you so much, Fred. Vic, thanks for the emails today, and we certainly appreciate the heads up.
I'm on it. I have done nothing but watch Virginia Gouffre things all day long, and I've got an interesting take for you guys.
Kem Schwari, Kate. Thank you, Kate. Always a pleasure, and great music this week that I was listening to over on your stream. If you would be so kind, Kate, put that in the chat. We'd love to have everybody benefit from the playlist that you have over there, please.
I have Bell's palsy on one side.
No, that's me. That's not you. And we have Snow Himbo is in the house. What's going on, Snow? Good to see you.
We featured you last week. Thanks for the content.
Yeah. Popeye, what's going on, Popeye?
Hey,
Good to see you,
Popeye.
too. Mastermind Hour. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony?
Hi,
Anthony. Deborah Grossbach is in the house. Sinead is in the house. Thank you for clarifying the pronunciation, Sinead. I should be able to
I wish
do that.
everybody would do that.
Yeah.
It would make our lives much easier.
Yeah, it really would. It really would. We don't want that. We
Starting over? There
we
we go.
want-
We want
we
our
want-
Patreons because
we
our
want the-
Patreons keep us going.
Well, we had I run our Patreons. They got hooked up there. What do we got here? We got Natalie. Once again, why is your boom all faulty in the viewer numbers lately?
Because we haven't been very consistent lately.
Well, yeah, and we're spread out a lot further now, so we're on.
That they unsubscribe everybody from us. Hi, Lady Alex. Good to see ya. I see.
Lady Alex is in the house. What's going on, Lady Alex? Good to see you. Jilly Love is in the house. Chris Alger, good to see you. And Steve G, good to see you, Steve. Let me see. Rad Angel, what's going on, Rad Angel? There's Vic again, and we're getting down to the please donate to Shanda's GoFundMe, Lady Alex. Thank you for spreading the word.
I have a GoFundMe up. I gotta tell you guys, it's been a hard week for me, man. First of all, I was gonna go live Wednesday morning. I had a beautiful show wrote. Oz can attest to this. I was fired up, ready to go. I was up early. I was heading to the shower. I talked to Oz, and my stupid computer gave me a notification saying that I needed to restart because of a Windows update. So I was like, okay, I'll do a restart and go jump in the shower. When I came back from the restart, everything was gone. My computer had been taken back to the fucking Stone Age. It was the most insane thing. Oz and I pulled our hair out for 24 hours. We had to do a complete restore. And I'm up and running again. I'm logged out of half of my shit still, and I'm still limping along trying to get things logged in, but it could have been much worse, don't you think, Oz?
Oh, yeah.
I think we got out pretty unscathed, actually.
I was
nervous,
nervous,
on Wednesday. I was
yeah,
so sad.
no, it was a great show.
I was so ready to hang out with you guys. And then, of course, I had a PET scan done yesterday. First one since January. And there was some bad stuff on there. I'm not going to freak out yet, Oz, right? I share everything with Oz. So Oz has seen it. And I'm not going to freak out till I see the doctors. And I think the things that are on there we can manage. The main mass in my lung hasn't grown, but it is showing up in a couple of new places, and that's a little worrisome. So thank you guys for sharing out the GoFundMe. Holy shit, the GoFundMe made almost $800 in 24 hours. You guys are amazing. As you know, I'm doing the Finbin ivermectin thing. Everybody keeps sending me videos, and here you have to try this, here you have to try this. So in an effort to prolong my life, I'm doing everything I can, but it's a little spendy. So I thank you guys so much for helping me out with that cost. And
thank you so much, guys.
You're saving my life, or at least prolonging it. So thank you guys so much. I think, did you put the new GoFundMe chat link in the rundown?
It's in the rundown.
Oh, it's in the rundown down below, in the box below. But thank you guys so much. You guys have been amazing. Even just sharing it. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah.
Oz, why is the Empyrean not wrenched up? And here's the problem: I'm not logged into Beauty and the Boomer, so I can't throw wrenches tonight.
I thought the Imperium. You threw them a wrench through them.
I know.
Wrench.
Sometimes YouTube just unwrenches people. It's crazy. Yeah, the GoFundMe is okay for right now because I'm officially now on Social Security or SSI, so I get like $9.60 a month. But you're allowed to make up to a certain amount before they freak out on you. So I just got to be careful, how much I'm sharing it and how much I'm making in a month. So,
did you get those super chats?
Super chats. Let me check out the super chats today. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Sinead, thank you so much. Says, wish I had more to give. I got to tell you guys, thank you so much. It's the low dollar, $2, $5, $10 donations that warm my heart the most, because I know you don't have it to give, but you're still helping me out. Anthony, I have so many of you. I'm going to shout out on Monday's show. We're going to start a new ticker. And I thank you guys so much. Jody, Havel, thank you so much. Love you too. Looking good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody.
I was really depressed and down. It was a hard last 24 hours for me because I was looking for no change. Everything's still good. I was a little bummed today, I got to tell you. But then I just was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to be sad. I'm not going to change what I'm doing. If I got the energy to get up and do a show, I'm going to do a show. And whatever I got to do in this next step, I'll do it. Whether it be more radiation, more chemo, whatever, whatever, we're going to do it. What choice do I have? I'm not going to just go on hospice and say, go into the night. I'm not ready yet. So
yeah.
Keep fighting.
You're a tough one, Shanda. I admire you. You really blow me away.
Thank
so.
you. I admire you because I wouldn't know shit about streaming or any of these 5 screens sitting in front of me if you wouldn't have taught me over all these years.
Yeah, well, you do a great job, and that thing Wednesday was not your fault.
That was crazy. And it's doing it to me again. I just fucking ignored it. Like, that little thing has popped up with a little exclamation saying you have updates, and I'm just
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We'll go through those tomorrow. Let me see. We need to get going here. We've got a hell of a good show. And if you would like to buy us a coffee or whatever, that is that. If you got a couple of quarters in the old ashtray you don't use, I'm going to have to figure out something else, because we used to put ashtrays in cars and ashtrays at home. I used to dig it out of the couch. That was my big thing.
Me too. To buy a pack of cigarettes, I could come up with $2. I could get a pack of basic 100s, man.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have done that now.
Well, Shanda, I think you have a little bit different point of view.
Let's talk about it. I see everybody in the chat's already talking about it. Of course, the sad announcement of Virginia Giuffre, of course, the spear of the sword that took Jeffrey Epstein and his minions down, Brunel and Ghislaine Maxwell, was supposedly unalived herself. We're not allowed to say the S word here on the YouTubes. But, I'm going to tell you guys, there's a lot of information out there that most, podcasters and people who've been following this case don't have and don't understand about her. She had a serious addiction, from what I understand. And, I found whatever happened a couple of weeks ago shady. I told you that, I don't know what to think about that. But I don't think that I think that she did unalive herself. I know there's a lot of memes going around about, she did not unalive herself, just like Epstein. A kill switch. A lot of people are saying she had a kill switch, Manchurian candidate embedded in her head, and somebody gave her a phone call and she did it to herself. I mean, okay, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but that one's a little far out there. We know it's possible, but I think that she had serious addiction problems. She's been going through a really, really rough spot in her life. She, her relationship of 20 years broke up. He was abusive to her. And, she escaped Epstein with him. He was a part of the Epstein. Her husband was a part of the Epstein network. I think he was a driver or something, And so she had lost her kids. She wasn't able to see her kids. And I think that had a lot to do with her addiction. And I think, so when 8 months ago, she came out and she recanted about the Dershowitz accusation and said, oh, it might've been mistaken identity. Maybe I got it mixed up with somebody else. I don't think it was him. And that really turned the independent podcasters, I won't call them journalists, the people that really follow, that attacked her. So she was really getting attacked by the people who had been supporting her. And, she was just in a really bad spot. And I think she did it. So just so you guys know, I don't think that she was unalived. I think she unalived herself.
I think a lot of people, podcasters out there, have been showing this graphic behind me a lot. Yeah. This is from 2019. I'm making it publicly known in no way, shape, or form. Am I blank unaliving myself? Made this?
Oh, yeah. It was from 6 years ago.
Yeah. But a lot of things can change in 6 years. Yeah. And if for former addicts and for people who have been wholly depressed because of, life shit that happens to you, the PTSD and all that can hit you.
I can imagine the PTSD she had.
Yeah, it's
and she was such a rock and a warrior. I mean, if it wasn't for her, that cartel would not have got taken down. And what she did for the other victims, empowering them to come out and to seek justice. I hope she rests in peace. I hope she gets the peace that she didn't have on this earth. Yeah, I find it very sad. It's sad all the way around because she was so tough.
Yeah, we're seeing some of the victims step up in the last 24 hours, and I think there's
and that pisses me off. I got to tell you, Oz, when I see these victims, you send me that video. It's because people are out there, spreading these rumors that they're trying to kill off all of the Epstein victims. Why would they do it now? Why wouldn't they have done it before the Ghislaine trial? Why wouldn't they have done it before?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Andrew had to pay millions, or the Queen had to pay millions. It just doesn't make sense that they would do it now.
And why would they want to draw attention back to it by doing that?
Yeah, because you know what? This goes away really fucking fast. We are so short-term memoried.
Yeah.
That we don't pay attention, and everybody's screaming about the Epstein list. Shut the fuck up. We have the list. We've had the list for years. We know who was on Epstein's island,
honestly,
that's just my opinion. I'm just saying, I think it's going to come out that she had a serious addiction.
Well, you changed my mind. I came out the other day, so she didn't do herself. But after, conversing with you over the last 24 hours, you've convinced me that I do believe, I agree with you at this point. I think
I watched hours and hours and hours and hours of podcasts,
you're pretty good at
and
that,
I read all of the, the Whitney Webbs, I put the time in to read One Nation Under Blackmail, and I think it was too much for her.
We both have been exposed to mental health situations with a lot of people with the roads we have traveled in our lifetime, and I understand it. I mean, I was at some pretty low places in my life too, and what kept me alive was my daughter. Didn't want to leave my daughter, too soon.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing about having kids. My dad unalived himself, the man that raised me, and I was 20 years old. My brother was just turned 18, and he was graduating high school in 2 weeks, like 2 weeks before my brother's graduation. And I still have so many questions, and I still don't understand it. And it was a moment. it was a moment of weakness is what it comes down to. It's a moment of despair that you don't think that you're going to recover from. And had you just got through that moment, I think so many people that do unalive themselves would still be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've had moments in my life where I just didn't care anymore. I didn't care anymore.
Me too. Me too. And I've had attempted unalivings when I was much younger, and I didn't know how to deal with my shit. Now I shove it down deep and don't talk about it again.
I totally get it. That despair, mental health is such a big issue.
That you just the agony of not thinking that you'll recover from that moment of despair. I think.
And when you lose,
rest in peace. However.
When you lose friends and peers and things through this,
well, and your kids, she wasn't allowed to see her kids. I mean,
that'll wreck you.
That'll wreck you. Yeah,
that'll wreck you. Anyway, that's
my opinion. So you guys can push back on me, and maybe you'll change my mind. But for right now, that's my thought, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, we're open to changing our opinions.
That's what
things.
I'm saying. Come in, bring me some new information, and I might change my mind. But for now, I think she did it.
Now, I sent this to you, and you thought it was worthy of bringing tonight.
This is from the middle of the week. It's good, though. It's good to watch Bernie get his ass called out for the greasy little slime ball he is.
It is good. It is definitely good.
A little bit queasy, what genocide? You got to be careful about that word.
It is a genocide.
Yeah, moron.
What's your definition of genocide?
Bernie, you have funded Zionism yourself. You have funded the Israeli settler state. Here you are, pretending you aren't. It is disgusting. Liar, liar, genocide denier. Liar,
yes, you are.
Liar, genocide denier. It's disgusting. It is reprehensible. You are a child killer. You are a genocide denier. The United States military-industrial complex are the largest murderers in the world. It does not matter if it is a Democrat or a Republican. You have murdered people around the world. The Native Americans are still being genocided. I have never heard you once speak about genocide.
Yeah, good on him. Good on that guy.
Good on him. I'm so glad to hear people calling him out finally.
Yeah, he has this tendency to stick that finger of his out and point at people. I tell him to take it and stick it up his ass. I'm so done with that con man. And to watch people in our community defend him makes me sick to my stomach.
I saw you going rounds today. I came in. I tried to defend you, but our Facebook wasn't posted. Did you see that?
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that, but I was fine. I mean, you cannot talk.
No, but
to
I know
people.
he's like, where are these so-called assaults? Like, what are you talking about? I personally witnessed one, but then Facebook, I don't know if it even posted. So whatever.
No, that's and our friend that post came from. In his heart of hearts, he agrees with me. So
I know he does. I know him, and I've known him for a long freaking time. And I know he knows, and he's just playing the game. I don't know why.
Is this your stand? Is this your sign here?
The rise of the far right is a direct result of the Democratic Party's long-standing war on the leftist movement. Absolutely.
Abso-frickin-lutely. And I saw a lot of these dolls this week. Is there a AI that makes these things?
Yeah, you can go to Chat GPT and type in something. I haven't done it because I think it's a data fucking gathering scam.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm thinking it's okay.
Talking transforming Bernie action figure to take the revolution anywhere. The polite fold away from the DNC. Yeah. Then politely fold it away into from the DC. Yeah, I'm once again asking for you to donate. Yeah, that's what he always does. Yeah. Comes with pre-programmed icon phrases like "Joe Biden is my good friend," "Israel has the right to defend itself." Folds up conveniently next to an establishment figure.
They should have made it a potato head instead of his real face.
Batteries not included. Must be powered by grassroots hope and something an inevitable disappointment.
Yeah, no, it's really. Now this is again. We get this again this week. They are pushing her.
What is she running for? She's obviously running.
President 2028, man.
No.
President.
No.
Yeah, you watch.
No.
What
a fucking money pit that'll be.
Those psychos are going to run her. You watch.
For president?
For president.
She's just going to skip from fucking anything. She's just going to skip the ladder because remember the Democrats are all about you got to climb the ladder. You're not allowed to skip any rungs in the ladder.
Obama, he was a senator for like 2 years. He wasn't in Congress.
I literally had Democrats tell me that. You've got to work the ladder. You're not allowed to skip any rungs in the ladder. You got to work your way up. You can't just run for senator.
Give me a break. Whatever. So, am I playing this shit?
You can play it for a minute. This is Idaho. So this isn't a conservative.
You know, Idaho, I am so touched being here. I'm a girl from the Bronx.
A girl from the Bronx.
To be welcomed here in this state, all of us together, seeing our common cause, this is what this country is all about.
Wait for it, then you cut it.
Don't let them trick us into thinking we are enemies. Don't let them trick us into thinking we can be separated into rural and urban, black and white and Latino. We are one.
Alexandria, they told us this was a conservative state.
That was the catchphrase. They got it wrong.
Idaho.
No, I promise you, Idaho is conservative. You can kill it. I just wanted to get to Bernie saying, they told us this was a conservative state. They were wrong. Yeah. No, Idaho's conservative.
That's his daughter now, so, you know.
That's his daughter, yeah, he calls her. Oh, this is a treat. What a treat this is. So Elizabeth Warren has been brought out of the closet and dusted off because we haven't heard from her in a while with her snaky ways.
Do you regret saying that President Biden had a mental acuity? He had a sharpness to him. You said that up until July of last year.
I said what I believe to be true.
And you think he was as sharp as you?
I said I had not seen decline.
Hi, old man Barker.
And I hadn't at that point.
You did not see any decline from 2024 Joe Biden to 2021 Joe Biden?
Not when I said that. You know that.
Not when I.
The thing is, look.
Shit.
He was sharp.
Look.
He was on his feet. I saw him.
Let me help.
Live
Let me
event.
take this.
I
Here we go.
had
there
meetings with him a couple of times.
Senator, on his feet is not praise. He can speak in sentences.
He was standing up.
Not
He could
praise.
stand.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, it is. The question is, what are we going to do now?
Okay.
Jesus Christ. You got caught in lying. There you go.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. They propped him up. he was a robo Biden. So.
Yeah, he was.
Am I
She can't own it though. She can't say, "Oh, I was told he was fine, so I believe."
No,
it.
they rarely admit anything. You know that. Is this Fredo? Did you bring Fredo?
No, this is Fredo's brother, the one that's running for mayor of New York now because after he unalived all those senior citizens during COVID, he deserves a new spot. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dust him off and make him new again.
We had won a competition with Amazon to come build a national headquarters here. It was a national competition. Every city, every state offered them more financial benefits. New York won. Why? Because they wanted the talent that we had. Even though our financial package was nowhere close, they were going to open a national headquarters in New York.
Remind us what happened to it.
What happened to it was the extremists in the Democratic Party, the anti-development, anti-corporate, anti-capitalist, they call themselves socialists, said, well, that's corporate welfare.
Oh, fuck off.
He's attacking AOC.
They got it approved, but Amazon said, I don't want to be here if I'm dealing with this political environment.
It was 25,000 jobs, right?
Yes. Bezos' point was, there had been a delay in getting the legislation passed because of the opposition. I actually got it passed. By the time I got it passed, he said, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this.
That was obscene to turn down 25,000 jobs. Just shocking. That's not what public representatives
it's a really sticky thing because if you let someone dictate to you, it's like, do you worry about like our sanctuary status? I'm not kidding. Do you worry about it?
There's nothing sticky about Amazon. They were competing with every city, every state. Every city, state put a package together. We put an incentive package together. The state, the mayor supported it. Then Amazon came. We won. Is the mistake. We won. And then the extreme left said, "Oh,
what is that noise?
This is corporate welfare," and created that whole political environment. Slowed down the approval process.
No, it's
and then Bezos pulled the plug, saying, "I don't want to cooperate in this environment," which goes back to the Democrats have to learn the lesson first. Yes, focus on Trump, but learn your own lesson. You can't have this extreme wing of the Democratic Party
and kiss up the corporate fucking power.
So AOC was opposed to it. Is AOC part of the extreme wing?
Yes. Yes.
That was a really good question and a very direct answer.
That was direct, right? Yes.
Yes. One word, yes.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes the answer is yes.
So what do you think about her and Bernie going round now?
Are you sure he's not running as a Republican?
They're sort of doing stadiums, whipping people up. Is that an effective way for the Democrats to be talking to people?
Well, they have seized the anti-Trump moment.
Right.
And that they have seized effectively. And the Democratic Party is outraged at Trump. And there is a lot of anger. And frankly, there's more fear than anger. It's more fear. The fear comes first. And then the anger.
He's so full of shit. You know.
Well, this is exactly what they do, Oz. They kiss up to corporate fucking power. And that's the struggle inside the Democratic Party and why grassroots movements die inside the Democratic Party. Because if you go in there and you fight for the everyday people and the working conditions, say, like inside of an Amazon fucking warehouse, like good for AOC for pushing back on that. But, then they attack. So you're never going to have any kind of revolutionary change inside the Democratic Party because of asshats like this who go, oh, we got to kiss up to corporate power and bring in these fucking corporate jobs. Doesn't matter how they treat their employees. They're bringing in jobs.
No, I've said it time after time after time over the last ever since Trump got back in. The Democrats are going to let the country burn to the ground. They're not going to truly fight anything. And then they're going to say when it comes to midterms and the main election, see, they only have us to vote for. Otherwise, they're going to get the same shit they've had.
Bad.
Yeah, Trump bad. That's all they're going to do. They're not going to do anything. I mean, this whole Bernie dog and pony show with AOC is virtue
what he
signaling
just said,
and
it's
fear.
fear.
Yeah. So,
virtue signaling fears.
And he is no way a genius. He's an evil fuck is what he is, and that's all there is to it in my opinion. So
hey, Oz, I got to tell you something real fast. We forgot to shout out the Rockfin, and this is pretty or Rumble, fuck Rockfin. Hey Rumble, what's up? Spirit of the Ages is hanging out over there with Law 66 and Ghost Star, Arrowwaves, and a dingo ate me baby, Mr. Worthless Eater, and Dewarded dropped us a very nice donation over there, and it says, Oz, did you read The Great Prostate Hoax yet? Shanda, check out Full Spectrum or Rick Simpson's oil suppositories for cancer. Yes, I have been taking the RSO. I was on it for the first couple of months. I had an issue with it, so I had to back off of it for a while. And of course, I went to school for treating people with cancer. But thank you so much for your donation over on the Rumble. We appreciate it so much. And to everybody who's watching on Rumble, that's great.
Yeah, and I want to. Now, is that great prostate? You mentioned this before. Is that great prostate hoax? Is that? You said read it. So is that an article? Is it on Substack? Or I've got it over here on YouTube. There's a YouTube thing here. So, but
check Amazon. Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's really old. But again, thank you so much. And Shanda, you fell down on the job. You're supposed to call it Rumble. So
I know. We got kind of sidetracked. My bad.
Yeah, we did. We got. So
and we didn't shout out the trailer park either. We got the Taco Kid from Alamo hanging out over there, along with Sanchez US and Aram. Hi, Aram.
Hey, Aram. What's going on?
Aram.
Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and just to quickly update on my prostate cancer, I'll be going to see my doctor here, I think in June again. And as I said before, nowhere near what Shanda's going through, but we're going to look at it, and I hope I don't have to go through the same process I did because it was miserable. But they can treat. We've identified it early enough where the treatment options look really good. So hopefully, but yeah, that's promising, and I want to see that for my sister Shanda here too, all the way. be totally free of any of this stuff. Corey, is he having a problem being called Dollar Store Obama?
Hey, obviously he doesn't like being called the Dollar Store Obama. He definitely is the Dollar Store Obama.
I thought that was what's his face, the leader of the DNC, Hakeem Jeffries, isn't he? Oh no, he's Dime Store Obama. Never mind.
He's Dime Store Obama.
Dime Store Obama. Yeah, that's right. That's
High Cream.
absolutely-
Yeah, I just call him High Cream.
High Cream. Jared Beck. Remember Jared Beck? Him and his wife went after.
I do. I miss the Becks. I loved the Becks. They were so good. I love them. Bring them back.
Made a good point, by the way, this week. Trump derangement syndrome entails believing that Donald Trump, a single individual, is more corrupt than the entire decrepit political system surrounding him. It's remarkable, delusional, when you think about it, and yet so many appear to be under that spell. Yeah, they have been. It's been Trump bad ever since 2016. Years. Yeah, it's been horrible. And that's such a common sense statement. And I keep telling people, look at what Biden's done, or the people running that sock puppet, but look at what Obama did. Obama, with his droning of American citizens, with his getting rid of habeas corpus, with his backdoor TPP maneuvering and all that other shit, bailing out the banks and letting the homeowners eat shit. So or go back to George Bush, another bloody war, and Bill Clinton, who I believe is the architect setting a lot of this stuff up. I will say again, I think Obama and Clinton kind of tie for being the worst presidents in my lifetime. I really do. And people say, well, I
was
George
a Democrat
Bush?
For 40 fucking years.
Totally. Wasn't Bush or Biden or Trump? No. I think the most evil fuckers, Clinton and Obama, those two.
If you would have asked me 15 years ago, I would have told you Bush, of course.
Look at what they did. Yeah, Clinton with the Telecommunication Act and NAFTA, which basically destroyed labor in the United States. That's pretty big thing. So Bush, his handler, Cheney, I should say, the Cheney administration.
The Cheney administration,
causing the death of millions of people, and triggering more of this shit over there. So I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. But I thought that was a great statement by Beck. Man. Yeah, they got singed really good on that, so they don't even bother with it.
They're so singed they can't even come back 15 years later, or 10 years later. Can't. It's been 10 years since they've been banned off of X.
What do you
did you see all the judges that are getting arrested around the country? So the FBI has just arrested this judge who was Hannah Dunnigan. I can't see it. Milwaukee, and then I know there was one in I want to say New Mexico yesterday.
Yeah, New Mexico.
That I didn't manage to grab. These are ICE related. They say that they're protecting immigrants and they're shielding. And Washington State just passed a new law. Did you see? Bob Ferguson signed it in. It's called the SHIELD Act or something like that. Basically, it says that the feds can't come in here and dictate what we're allowed to do as a sanctuary state. When it comes to shielding, not only for ICE, but for what have we been calling it? When people come in for medical procedures, you know what I mean? When you can't get an abortion in one state and then you can come here. So the Fed can't crack down on our state, or for a chop chaz, like that type of thing. They can't send in the National Guard. They can't cap our state government for those.
But when they need help, they're going to call and ask for help, right? So it's a one-way street.
Oh my gosh. There has been so many bad bills passed in Washington State in the last fucking week. Like Amber sent me a list the other day that just made my head blow. Like my only response was, it's time to move the fuck out of this state. Like it's bad. Well, taking your medical sovereignty away from you.
Yeah. No.
Setting up for the next one.
Again, we're not. Shanda and I and Amber and Linda, we don't care who it is. So if you're over on Rumble and you lean very conservative, you're very conservative. Don't take anything we say as us being leftists. And the same with so-called leftists and rightists. We take no prisoners. We call it as we see it. We don't bullshit you guys. We just tell you how it feels. Now, I would be happy to have a discussion with any of you. any of you about any of these topics, change my fucking mind, please, because there's a lot of stuff where I want my mind changed. Is this is in here, the Pope?
Well, I was going to talk about the Pope on Wednesday. A lot of this I had to move over from my deck. And, of course, the Pope passed the day after Easter, suspiciously, Easter morning, right after the morning after Easter, after he gave the Easter, sermon or whatever they call it. I'm not a Catholic. I don't pretend to know these things. And, of course, J.D. Vance had been there. So the jokes about J.D. Vance taking him out were pretty funny, and the conspiracies. But so now we're waiting. His funeral was this weekend or today, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the conclave is what they call it, where all of the available cardinals will come together and they will vote on who's going to be the next pope. But as I give you odds that 100% is going to be a pro-Zionist pope, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because he wasn't. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He was very outspoken for the Palestinian people. He called it exactly what it was, terrorism. And he would call Gaza. He would spend all day on the phone calling and just talking to people in refugee camps and being a good pope. Honestly, I think he was probably the best pope we've had in my lifetime.
Yeah,
and,
I said when he got in, I liked him. So, but again,
I did like him too.
Yeah. Did you want me to
so
play
anyways,
this,
Rabbi Shmuley is taking the chance to mourn Pope Francis because he cares. And may the next Pope, he be a great man and phenomenal friend to the world of the Jewish community.
He's asking for a Zionist is what he's doing right
Yes,
there,
yes, basically that's what he's doing. So go ahead and play this,
So I can play this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play it.
Qui siamo andati oltre le guerre. Questo non è guerra già. Questo è terrorismo.
He says this is not a war, this is terrorism. He was out cruising around the Pope-mobile on Easter morning.
Due delegazioni.
What did he do? Just died?
Yeah, he got in bed and died later that day.
Parenti.
But he was sick the week before, so this is not.
Well, they said it was pneumonia. Officially, it was like double pneumonia or something.
Do we need to play this whole thing, or?
No, you don't. But he recognized the suffering of the Palestinian people and the Palestinians that are trapped in Israeli prisons. It's not war. This is terrorism.
Well,
he prays for peace.
Che il Signore metta mano lì. Che il Signore ci aiuti.
So he died hours. He died.
Yeah, he died hours after giving this. Yeah. What? So what is it called? St. Peter's Basilica? Is that where the big square where everybody comes?
Yeah.
So yeah, he went out there and he did his Easter speech. He rode around in the Pope-mobile and he went to bed and didn't wake up in the morning.
Well, that's. I'm glad that he made that speech the day he passed. I think the Pope is a little overrated too, but you got to understand the power that they have, right? What the Vatican has. The Vatican basically is the reserve, right? The banking fucking cartel is what they are. So you got to keep an eye on them, whether you think they're overrated or not. Well, I think I agree. I will stand by it. I think religion has been the biggest cause of murder, death, kill.
Oh God, yeah.
For
more people have died in the name of Christianity and
history.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to besmirch this guy because I agree with you. I think he, as far as popes go, he was much better than most of them. And
the last two for sure.
Yeah, and this was also a big day for me because my dad passed away. Anniversary of him passing away in 2016.
Sorry,
so was that 9 years ago? So yeah, that's I will always be reminded of that. And my dad was Catholic. He was going to be a priest at one time. Good thing for me he wasn't. So
yeah, good thing you wouldn't be here. Good thing for all of us.
Guess who else was there?
Yes. Well, that was today. So this was for the Pope's funeral. They traveled. Of course, Stella and the family, along with Assange, traveled to go pay their dues and respects because this Pope stood up for Assange. She met with him 2 years ago and, talked about ways that they could get Assange out of Belmarsh. So, of course, they went to pay their respects. But I just got to say, it makes my heart sing to see him out in public. He did have some security around him. It looked like some volunteer guys, but it was good to see him out and about. And God, she's so short compared to him. I didn't realize he was that tall. She's kind of a small.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. It looks like he's put on a little weight finally, so that's good.
I'm glad. I'm so happy to see him out in the sunshine with his family. It just makes my heart sing when I see it. I mean, the minute I see it, I just get giddy inside. Like, yay.
Yeah. For what he's gone through, he deserves every moment he gets. And is this the lizard man that they replaced Schwab with?
So the same day that the Pope passed, we woke up to find out that Klaus Schwab had officially resigned, effective immediately, from the WEF. Of course, he was the founder, but don't be sad because they replaced him with somebody far worse, and that is the former Peter Brabak. What is his name? He was the former CEO of Nestle. Remember when he said that water isn't a human right?
Yeah, that guy's a
yeah.
psychopath.
I think that's what he's saying in this little clip. But yeah, that's who they replaced him with. A much worse monster.
Das Wasser ist natürlich das wichtigste Rohmaterial, das wir heute noch auf der Welt haben. Es geht darum, ob wir das normale Wasserversorgung.
They put it in white, so you can't really read it. But basically, he just says that water should be, monetized.
Monetized. Everything should be monetized with these psychopaths. So, and Nestle's been stealing water from California and Colorado for decades, right?
Nestle's been stealing water and poisoning water all over the fucking world forever. Like, it's not just us in the U.S. I mean, they've devastated full entire fucking villages, in the global South. And
we try to boycott any of these companies. It's so hard anymore because they've eaten the Kraft Foods and Nestle and all of them. They've eaten all.
They're all
bought
up. Yeah, they're all the parent companies are all terrible.
Well, I'm going to. I brought something here that might trigger some folks, but I'm going to tell you. After this week, if you'll notice the image up in the right, I had to blur out the bottom, but that is a young life that was torn in two by
I saw it. It was a baby ripped in two.
It finished me off for good forever. I always think that it can't get any worse, and it does.
It does. I know.
It wrecks my brain, and I brought this Abby Martin in, and my response, or I'm going to say, not to Abby, but my response to what's happening over there is to the right, and I'll read it to you guys after we get done listening to what Abby's saying.
I'm a changed person. I will never be the same. I don't know how anyone can be. Looking at the crimes against humanity that we've all witnessed, especially against children. These helpless, helpless children slaughtered in the tens of thousands. Humanity's dead. I don't know what I'm going to tell my children. I don't know how I can explain to them that the world has allowed this to happen. And if we don't hold Israel accountable, what's next? What's next? That's the question that I want to ask. Is this really the world that we're going to live in? Where this state can commit these crimes on camera with impunity? Proudly. That's not the world that I wish to grow children in and raise children in, and it terrifies me. So yes, I'm very impacted, and I question people who are not. I question people's soul. If you are not impacted by what you see, how? How are you human? How are you?
Yeah, I have to tell you, I'm impacted, and this is my response right here. I'm going to keep myself off the screen just if you want to read it. What we're seeing, this isn't just the disgrace of a generation. It's the staggering, soul-wrenching shame of an era that stood at the edge of greatness and instead chose to become the very evil it once claimed to fight. It's a betrayal so profound, so morally bankrupt, that its echoes will haunt the conscience of the world for generations. This shame doesn't merely cross borders, it infects them, staining every ideal we once held sacred. History will not look back with pity, but with righteous fury at how we let our better angels be slaughtered by the beasts of greed, cowardice, and willful ignorance. We had a chance to be heroes, champions, defenders of what's right, and instead we became the architects of our own moral collapse. This is no ordinary shame. It's a thunderous, eternal indictment carved into the bedrock of human history, and it will not be forgiven. If there is a hell, then let it be crowded with every soulless husk that dared to wear the mask of humanity while poisoning its meaning, because what we are witnessing isn't just failure, it's damnation masquerading as civilization. And I put that out this week as that's how I feel about it. And I'm sure that all of you out there could probably, come up with the same kind of feeling, because that's why you're here. And that's why we do what we do. And again, I got good response on that.
It's affecting
post.
the younger generation because they're seeing it play out on their phones. And just talking to my kids, because they're upper 20s, early 30s. And, my daughter, she's busy, so she doesn't get to see much of it. But my son-in-law, he's on top of it. It shocked me. I was shocked when he was going off about it. So I was like, yes, this generation is seeing the Zionist regime for what it is. So I see promise.
Caitlin Johnstone had something to say this week, and it was pretty short, does. So I will put it up here for you right now so you guys can check it out.
Nobody say fuck Israel, free Palestine. Nobody say fuck Israel, free Palestine. Saying fuck Israel, free Palestine is very offensive to people who think genocide is good. When you say fuck Israel, free Palestine, you are hurting the feelings of the people who believe it's fine to bomb every hospital in Gaza. So you must never, ever say, fuck Israel, free Palestine. Who do you think you are, saying fuck Israel, free Palestine? Don't you know that by saying fuck Israel, free Palestine, you are causing the people who applaud the deliberate starvation of an entire civilian population to become emotionally upset? Instead of saying, fuck Israel, free Palestine, you should try putting yourself in the shoes of the tender-hearted individuals who support the complete ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. They're just minding their own business, merrily celebrating the carpet bombing of a giant concentration camp full of children, and then you come along and ruin their day by saying, fuck Israel, free Palestine. What a cruel and hateful thing that would be. I mean, all they are doing is cheerleading the mutilation, evisceration, and incineration of children, and the assassination of journalists and medical workers, and the systematic destruction of civilian infrastructure, and the complete flattening of an entire region whose population they are methodically exterminating via bullets, bombs, starvation, and disease. It's not like they're doing anything nasty or disgusting, like saying offensive words. Offensive words like, fuck Israel, free Palestine. So don't say, fuck Israel, free Palestine. Under no circumstances should anyone ever say, fuck Israel, free Palestine. And they must certainly never say, fuck Israel, free Palestine, as many times as they possibly can, every single day until Palestine is free, and get everyone else to say it constantly as well. Again, the phrase you must avoid saying at all costs is, fuck Israel, free Palestine. Fuck Israel, free Palestine.
Fuck Israel, free Palestine. That's all I got to say. Are you muted? You're muted. Or somehow you lost your mic. Nope, you lost your mic. Can you guys still hear me? Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let Oz figure it out. Fuck Israel, free Palestine. And hopefully Oz will figure out where his mic went. Nope, still no mic. What the hell? What the hell? Yes, you can hear Shanda. Okay, that's good. Throw a new input in there, Oz, if you have to. I'm going to say that 220,000 Palestinians are projected to have been killed by Israel forces in Gaza since October 7th, 2023. That number includes 191 journalists and medics. Nope, still not back. And media workers, at least 1,151 Palestinian healthcare workers and 337 aid workers have also been killed. At least 150,000 have been injured, and 24,000 have sustained life-changing injuries. Oz is working on getting himself a new audio input in here. What the hell? These are the glitches that happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. There you go. You're back. You're back, baby.
Sort of.
We weathered it. You're back.
Keep talking.
Go ahead and hit your mix. Don't forget to go into your general settings and turn all of your mix boxes on so we get you in full audio sound. And then I think you're good to go. You're back.
Test.
Yeah, you sound good.
I do.
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay. As long as how do I sound out there in the hinterlands?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Hello, Marissa's mama.
Tell me.
Yeah, there you go. Turn those on. That's more rounded.
Am I good? Am I good?
I hear angels.
Okay. Let me see if I got this. That shouldn't have happened. So.
That shouldn't have happened. How did you lose your audio input? That was crazy.
I don't know. Okay.
You're good.
We're good.
I could hear the playback on your headphones, so you're good.
I'm going to not touch anything because my deck over here fell off the thing while I was here. It got pushed off the table. So
oh no!
I hope everything's okay. Okay, we're back. Let me get back on track. We're back. Okay, here you go. You got this.
Yeah, I already read that one to them while we were figuring out, so you can go ahead and move on to the next one. The information has been obtained. Okay. We are on slide 27. There you go. I think you brought this one.
Did I bring this one?
I think you did. Sky News,
yeah. Israeli troops shot at Gaza point blank range. You know what? I don't remember how it's going to go. I'm still thrown off about this, but they Sky News is the point of this, was that Sky News, who has been supporting them, actually put this up. So that's a
little shocking.
That's a big deal for them.
That is.
So I was really surprised. So maybe
when you're getting called out by Sky News.
Maybe the tide is turning with that. Maybe. Now this was in your show for Wednesday.
Oh, go up one. We skipped Huckabee on 28.
Oh, Huckabee. Okay, here we go.
This is pretty bad.
All right, here we go.
Hello, I'm Mike Huckabee, U.S. Ambassador to Israel. This past weekend, Dr. Hanan Balki, who is the regional coordinator for the WHO for the Eastern Mediterranean region, called upon me to put more pressure on Israel to bring humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza.
But I'm not going to do that.
I appreciate the message from Dr. Balki. And today, what I would like to suggest is that we work together on putting the pressure where it really belongs, on Hamas, to give us the opportunity to open up those humanitarian channels. So we call upon Hamas to sign an agreement so that humanitarian aid, because
they haven't wanted to 100 fucking times,
people who desperately need it.
Oh, that's just disgusting. That's so slimy and gross.
Yeah, well, that's Huckabee. You know, where's his damn guitar when you need it?
Right.
And this was in your show for Wednesday. I'm still trying to re-coordinate here.
We're good. Calm down. Quit freaking out. We're good.
Mark Levin, everybody's favorite, right?
Yep.
This is not shocking, but it's short. Here you go.
It's an honor to be here with the first Jewish president of the United States.
What? Since when?
And if he isn't, he should be.
Yuck, yuck,
Oh
yuck,
my
yuck.
God.
Yuck,
Oh
yuck,
my
yuck.
God. That was so gross.
That was about as gross as it gets. So, I mean.
Oh, I
really?
forgot to delete that from last week. My bad.
Is that from last week?
There we go. Yeah, I'd had a question about which state has the worst governor. Anyways, Donald Trump says, I've just spoken to Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, related to numerous subjects, including trade, Iran, etc. The call went very well, and we are on the same side on every issue. Yeah, that means we want to bomb Iran.
And this one is 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Is that correct?
You don't have to run the full 3 minutes. You'll get the gist in just 2 minutes. Listen to the question, and then she'll lose her fucking mind. Her head will blow up, and then you'll get the point.
Okay.
If Iran is expected to abandon its nuclear program, is Israel ready to do the same? Because assuming Iran disarms, Israel would remain the only country in the region with potential nuclear capabilities. Thank you.
Okay, so as the Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar said, is the most important thing is the objective. Iran cannot have nuclear weapon, and this is what's in front of us. We understand it's not just a threat to Israel, but to the entire world.
What about Israel?
Israel is not posing a threat to anyone.
Oh,
we don't have any ambitions in any other country. Iran has ambition in the entire Middle East. They are posing a threat and are controlling and have destroyed Lebanon, controlling Lebanon through Hezbollah, destroying its politics, destroying its social fabric, destroying its economy. They did the same thing in Syria. They do the same thing in Iraq. They do the same thing in Yemen, destroying the population, destroying the country, bringing them on the verge of starvation. And this is what they're attempting to do in Jordan. That's what they're doing in Africa. That's what's happening. Who's arming Al-Shabaab? Who's training Al-Shabaab in Somalia right now? What's happening in Central and South America? Hezbollah is the biggest controller of illegal drug and weapon trafficking routes in Central and South America. Trump's war on the cartel is not just about the illegal drugs and weapon and the threat of those gangs, but it's the Iranian threat. And so Iran is a threat to the entire world, and Israel is at the front line of stopping the worst enemy the world can. And I don't understand.
She's so full of shit.
Who's Israel's posing a threat on? Israel has never provoked, has never attacked unprovokedly a neighboring country or someone else.
Oh my
This
God.
has always been on the defense of our country and our people. We have no ambition. When you hear the Ayatollah saying every single day about their ambitions.
Well, yeah, she's ridiculous.
She's absolutely ridiculous. I came across that and I was like, what the hell? To say that, oh, they don't pose no threat to the world. Are you kidding? They're single-handedly popping off fucking World War III. They whatever they want will do. Like what Trump just said, we agree with everything. So if we got to go in and beat up Iran, we will.
No,
Whatever.
That's enough to make you go insane. Who's this dude?
This is Tel Aviv. Yarfa is what it's actually called, but this was this weekend, and these are pro-Palestinian Israelis protesting.
This rally right now in Tel Aviv is just huge. There are 10,000 Israelis, Jews and Palestinians that are holding together the pictures of these children in Gaza that have been bombed and killed by our army. We are here to say no to the killing of children, no to bombing hospitals and houses in Gaza, no to neglecting the hostages there in Gaza. We are here to say a very clear message to this government of death and fascists that are in rule in our country. We will not allow you to fill this land with rivers of blood. We are here to say no. You cannot kill children. You cannot kill children.
Good. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see Israelis standing up and saying, no, you can't kill children. So
even with even with the percentage of breakdown of the Zionists in Israel who aren't human, like that gentleman and everybody protesting it was. We know that, what was it, the poll was that 65 to 75% of the people in Israel were okay with all this murder, death, kill going on.
It's a terrible number for sure.
Yeah, it is a terrible number. So once again, we're glad to see it, and we're glad to see it get out, because the media has been so suppressed through all this stuff. It's crazy. What do we have here? Did you bring Benji?
So Israel is reportedly offering Gazans $5,000 a job, housing, and a monthly salary to permanently leave Gaza to go to countries like France, Greece, and Malaysia. In return, they must give up their Palestinian ID and surrender their lands and forfeit any right of return. Well, if it was, they say that the Palestinians own no land. That's not their land. So why would they have to give up their rights to their lands if it's not their lands?
No, absolutely.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Don't
Yes, Natalie, I did animate Joey's hummingbird blend art
wasn't it beautiful? I love that. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's when I see good artwork, and that I can't take credit for the original. I don't know who the artist was, but it was well done. You brought Mearsheimer, and who's this other dude here?
I don't remember.
Okay, what's this about?
It's Mearsheimer. I'm sure it's about Israel.
Okay, here we go.
I want to go back a little bit to when you said that the Israelis have always wanted a greater Israel. Isn't that a pretty controversial thing to say and
really.
Perhaps unfair?
No, I don't believe that.
It's exactly what they want.
Myths that we tell ourselves in the West so that we can continue to support Israel down the line. I think the original Zionists, the people who were interested in creating a Jewish state, which of course happened in May of 1948, understood full well that they could not take all the territory at once, simply because there were so many Palestinians in the area and not nearly as many Jews, and it would have to be done incrementally. But the idea that the Israelis were interested in a meaningful two-state solution, and it was the Palestinians who rejected those wholly generous offers by the Israelis, is a tall tale. And I know we tell it in the West, and when I make the argument that I'm making, people think that, I'm an anti-Semite or I'm hostile to Israel and so forth and so on. But there's a whole literature written by Israelis that makes it clear that the Israelis were never interested in creating a Palestinian state, and they wanted all of Israel. They just understood that they'd have to do it gradually. They wouldn't be able to take all that territory all at once.
Yeah.
So they slowly did it. Exactly. That was a good point. That's why I brought it.
No, it's a good piece, and it's just
you brought this one. I didn't see what this was.
Well, this is a ship carrying thousands of sheep capsized off the coast of Aden, Yemen, while en route to the Gulf state of Yemen's rush to seize the surviving livestock. So this is a bunch of sheep, and I brought it to this slide because we have the blue and red puppets here with all. So we're in the capsized ship. That's kind of the thing, and we're trying to save everybody from these wars and all this stuff going on. And I feel like these sheep is my point. So I'm glad they saved a lot of them, but holy crap, it's just been, this was shocking to watch.
Aw, poor sheep.
Yeah.
Aw, poor babies. I'm glad they're rescuing them.
Yeah.
One day you're in a field, the next you're out taking a swim. It's got to be confusing.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Look at all of them.
That is wild.
That
it breaks
wild.
my heart. I'm such an animal lover. I can't watch animals suffer in any freaking way, and this just tears me up.
Yeah, it's rough to watch.
I mean, I know they're getting rescued, but still, that's got to be so scary and confusing for them. One day they're eating grass, the next day they're swimming for their lives.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on. So anyway, I thought that was appropriate for that slide, and I'm glad that most of them got rescued from what I read, I think. So
that's good.
That's good. we've got this going on here. What is this?
You better show some respect. The troops fought for you for your right to. And then it said, let me stop you right there, Chief. No troop alive today has fought for any of your so-called rights. The only thing they've fought for is political agendas and corrupt politicians. And building the Death Star will create hundreds of thousands of jobs.
Yeah, that's what we're all about in this country is the military and making weapons. Weapons and paint. Weapons and paint. What else do we make here?
That's all we make.
You brought a Fee Says.
Fee says, so as you know, there's been talks going on in Russia. So Fee says, breaking while U.S. Rep Stephen Wyckoff meets with Putin, Lieutenant, what's his name? I can't even say it.
Moskalik?
Moskalik. Yeah, that's who it is. Let's see. His staff deputy chief of operations was just assassinated via a bomb in Moscow. So check this out. Russia's investigating. It says the device was packed with metal fragments and 300 grams of TNT. Watch this car bomb.
Oh, this is terrible. Oh.
They had good talks, though. It looks like they had good talks. Russia seemed to be okay with, the talks that were happening yesterday. So that was promising that we might get some kind of resolution when it comes to Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah, we need to get the hell out of there and just stay away. Well, now that I'm watching everything sideways here.
You're okay. Calm down.
But it's working.
Come back and engage in the show. I hate when I lose you to tech issues.
Yeah, I know. I hate when it falls off the desk. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, this is our another one of our great Fleetwood Mac covers. And if you stick around, we hope you do, to the outro tonight. We got two great Fleetwood Mac covers, but this one, there's a story behind this, and this gal's name is Andy Case, and she's a singer. I think she's an actress, possibly model. But let AI Oz.
I love her hair.
Yeah, this is what I want. I want this hair. Do you think Bosley can help me out? I want Bosley to help me out.
I want my hair back.
This is a story, or at least my version of the story. I went through this. Of Andy Case, and she's a recovering addict, and I think that, I'll shut up and play it. How about that?
Andy Case is a soulful American singer, songwriter, and model born on June 12, 1992, in Eugene, Oregon, and now calls Seattle home. Her musical journey first captured hearts through her YouTube channel, where her heartfelt covers and mashups like Rixton's Me and My Broken Heart and Jason Derulo's Want to Want Me resonated with millions. Over time, she began sharing more of herself through original songs such as My Anxiety and Be Myself, the latter a brave and beautiful anthem that reflects her journey with bisexuality. Growing up in a conservative household, Andy often felt out of place, struggling to express her authentic self. That inner conflict led to a turbulent adolescence, one that included being expelled from high school and leaving home at 18. With dreams bigger than her circumstances, she moved to Los Angeles to chase her passion for music, enduring stretches of homelessness and grappling with addiction. Those years were difficult, but they also shaped her into the artist and the person she is today. With unwavering support from her bandmates and a deep well of inner strength, Andy found her way to sobriety. Her music has since become a vessel for healing, not just for herself, but for others walking similar paths. Songs like What Am I Looking For explore the raw and often painful moments of her past, yet they're infused with hope, honesty, and a deep desire to connect. She speaks candidly about isolation and self-doubt, but also about the courage it takes to begin again. These days, Andy uses her voice not only to sing, but to uplift. She is a powerful advocate for mental health, self-love, and authenticity. Through her vulnerability, she reminds us that healing is not linear, but it is possible. Her music continues to be a safe space for those navigating life's darker corners, offering light, love, and the comforting reminder that none of us are alone.
That was creepy.
Huh?
So that was creepy.
That was creepy.
Creepy eyes creeps me out. Something about the mouth, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's better than me fumbling it, so that's why I do that.
Hey, Kate.
Kate, thank you for Kate just bought me a coffee. Thank you so much, Kate.
Aw,
and I
so
have
sweet.
another one over here that is, let me see, where is it? What's the name on this? I gotta. And Snorky, thank you, Snorky. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Snorky. And I think I've got another one over here. Trouble. I'm trying to get these right. Trouble coming every day. Thank you so much, all of you. Appreciate it.
That's Oz's motto when it comes to tech. Trouble coming every day.
Yeah, it does. It's you got yours on Wednesday really bad, and I just got thrown off. But anyway, this is Andy Case. I think this is a beautiful cover of Landslide. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did.
I love Landslide.
I love this. I think she did a great job.
Took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yeah, I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Oh, take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide bringing down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide bringing down. Oh, the landslide will bring it down.
What'd you think of that?
What a great voice. She's got an amazing voice.
Yeah, she does. She really does. She's got a
Good
good
cover.
repertoire. She's been singing, or at least putting up on YouTube, for over 12 years. And you can
Wow.
kind
I
of
never
see,
came across her, I don't think.
yeah, I know. You can kind of see where she was at when she started. Of course, we all age with time, but you can kind of see
little bit.
a point where I think she fell into addiction, and She's been sober for quite a while now, but right in the middle of that, you can kind of see a change in her. But no, she's got a terrific voice, and that's why I was happy to find that. And anyway,
now we're getting to the fun part of the deck. We got a lot of funny shit coming up.
I hope so.
For the love of God, get off Fox News and arrest somebody. Yeah, that's the way I feel. Like, fuck, shut up. Are you a news anchor or are you fucking the attorney general?
Yeah, I know. I've seen her on Fox News so much as just, God.
I think she's a commentator. Or, I mean, a host now. Like, what?
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Jen Psaki. I mean, shit.
Yeah, exactly. They're interchangeable.
They're interchangeable. You brought Rachel here, huh?
So guess what? It has officially been 100 days. Now, remember, Rachel Maddow was supposed to only come back for the first 100 days of the Trump administration. So is she going bye-bye now? That's my fucking question.
I hope so. I'm sick of her. I am absolutely.
But this is her commentary on Trump's first 100 days. I mean, it's 10 minutes long, but I brought you like the first minute of it.
Okay, let's check it out.
And if there is something to learn about what Trump in power is going to be like, I think the first 100 days have given us one very clear lesson, right? We know he's trying for the whole dictator thing, no elections, no courts, no resistance, rule by terror, right? We know that. We know the people of this country aren't having it. But I think what we should also know, what we have just lived through in this first 90 plus days thus far, is him screwing up. It's him absolutely blowing it. I mean, it is one thing to understand the gravity of his intentions, but I think it is equally important to recognize that he's really bad at everything he tries to do. I don't know if he's bad at good stuff he tries to do, because he's not trying to do much that seems good. But the bad stuff he's trying to do, he's been real bad at that. I mean, it hasn't been funny exactly. It's too disgusting for that, but it has been the proverbial comedy of errors. Let me show you what I mean.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, no, I skipped the demonstrations. They were just stupid and reaches like they always are when it comes to her. But I hope that she leaves when we hit the 100-day mark here in a day or two.
I hope so too. I'm so sick of her. She's horrible. She's the antithesis to actual journalism. She's a she's a propagandist that's getting paid for a narrative. And frankly, she's not doing it well, in my opinion. She's just effective with what she's doing. And the crowd over there that watches her, I feel bad for them. But holy crap, get some critical thinking skills going on. Please, for God's sake.
You know what? I think I'm going to take this one. This is Real ID. We're going to talk about Real ID. I'm going to take this one over to the trailer park. We're getting long in the hour, and we got a long way to go still. So let's skip that one.
Okay.
I want to get into your segment. You have a segment coming up, so I want to.
Yeah, this is. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but our the commons, we're going to call it retail industry, is falling apart. It is going to hell in a handbasket. And Shanda, I don't know when the other shoe's going to drop. But with all these businesses, all these companies closing shop and putting employees, hundreds of thousands of employees are going out of work. When is the shoe going to drop? Do you have any idea? It's not sustainable.
Well, shop online and, you don't
make Jeff Bezos richer. I don't know how
exactly.
People aren't going to be able to buy anything. So anyway, Joann's Fabric is done. Yeah. And here's
they got zombied. They got poached is what happened to them.
Like that, but like Joann is like home.
The closing of Joann has really struck a nerve, and you may have even seen on TikTok, on Instagram, people are making goodbye videos. People are grieving. So Joann was started by two German immigrant families in Cleveland in 1945, and for the first half of its life, it was a kind of classic American family business success story. Now, typically, private equity would buy a company, make changes, whether it's cost cutting or improvements, to increase the value of that company and then sell it and make a profit. But it doesn't always work out. As we all know, there was this return to crafting and hobbies. And that happened because lockdowns, and even after the lockdowns, most of us were just staying home more often anyway. There was a sense during the pandemic that the store would be able to hang on to all of these new customers. However, that didn't happen. In a short period of time, Joann lost like 90% of its value. It declared bankruptcy for the first time in the spring of 2024 and then again in January of this year. So it is this cautionary tale about private equity, and it's also about the decisions you make under pressure. Joann does have such a large following, and its employees are shortly going to be out of work. We're talking about 19,000 people, and
19,000 people.
There was an alternate ending here.
19,000
So
people.
they got bought up by corporate fucking America, and they got poached for all their fucking assets. Like they got zombied, just like all the rest of them.
Well, yeah, that's they did
quit shopping.
They did that to Toys R Us. Bain Capital, I believe it was Bain. Mitt Romney's company took over Toys R Us, and they basically squeezed them and crushed them. And they were actually profitable. So these capital management companies aren't capital. They are robber barons of the 20th century. So, it's just, they're just buying everything up. And, I just saw Kimmy Schmidt doing a call. Kohl's is gone. They are done. Kohl's is gone. I don't know how much longer they're going to be around, but they're out. And, there's going to be thousands and thousands of people. Goodwill, 13 locations. That's just a start, Goodwill. Jack in the Box, a West Coast burger company, 200 restaurants. How many thousands of employees are going to be out there? And then they're going to dump Del Taco. And guess what, Shanda? Saks Fifth Avenue. Neiman Marcus.
The rich people are going to be so sad. They have nowhere to shop.
The rich people don't shop anymore. They just do it online and they order it up.
That's true.
And again, now here's one that's going to directly affect me. This is Rite Aid. They have been in trouble for the last decade, and I think the other shoe is going to drop for them. Last time I went into a Rite Aid store, it had nothing on the shelves. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Good Wednesday morning. We're halfway through the work week here. Thanks for joining us on News 12 Brooklyn, where local matters. I'm Christy Reeder. Well, another pharmacy closure is hitting our borough, this time in Bensonhurst. Rite Aid says it's shutting down the location there in just 1 week. News 12's Edric Robinson is there this morning with what this means for neighbors who rely on it for their prescriptions. Edric.
Yeah, Christy, this Rite Aid here behind me on 18th Avenue has been serving customers here for years and has been a go-to, but now they will be closing their doors for good next Wednesday. So customers who pick up medications from here, they're going to have to go elsewhere. Rite Aid saying that this was a tough decision to make, but it's one they had to make to keep the company afloat, saying in part, we have had to make difficult business decisions over the past several months to improve our business and optimize our retail footprint. We are committed to becoming financially and operationally healthy. And this isn't the only store that's been closing over the past few years. We've seen other Rite Aids across Brooklyn shutter, from Bushwick to Bay Ridge. The company's been struggling financially for a while, losing over a...
What's going to happen here is it's gradually going to move its way to the West Coast. And it has been.
Oh, it's already.
So,
we've already lost so many up here.
What we're thinking here now is that another company, I don't know if CVS is even well heeled enough to come in and buy their files, because they buy out these and then they close them for good.
CVS declare bankruptcy not too long ago,
I think so too. And
how is that even possible when they got all that fucking COVID money from the goddamn government?
I know, it's a wonder. And actually Walgreens is closing stores. If you're Walgreens, and the chart down below here, I don't know if you can see it, but Party City, of course, they closed all 800 stores. Joann Fabric closing all 800 stores. Big Lots, all stores, they're in liquidation, but some are going to reopen. And I think this is just
some are gonna come back.
This is just the last gasp. Kohl's, 27 underperforming stores, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Macy's, they're going to close 150 stores. Macy's, they're done. JCPenney's, I didn't even know they were still around. Walgreens is closing 3, and that's part of a 500-store closure. Where are you going to get your drugs there? And you know well enough about Dollar General. They're closing up stores right and left too. So, again, we're going to be in deep shit as far as choice. You're not going to have any choice. You're going to have to order it online or go to... The only ones that are going to survive this, I believe, are the big box stores. Otherwise, you're going to have drug pharmacy deserts and food deserts.
I'm done dealing with getting my medications from these big box store pharmacies. I've moved mine. My health network now has a pharmacy included in it. We have 2 different pharmacies included in my health network, and they're actually at my doctor's office. And I moved over almost a year ago, and I love it. They can literally walk over to my doctor's fucking cubicle and get something signed if they need it. They know me personally. They're invested in my fight and they want to see me get well. I love my pharmacists. I think that's the future of where prescription medicine's going. I got to tell you, I think a part of the reason a lot of these are closing is this next slide is because Rite Aid and places like that locked so much shit up. When I walk into a store and something I need is locked up and I got to go find somebody to unlock it, I'm over it. I'll go find it somewhere else.
That's not
Rite Aid
sustainable.
is bad for that.
Well,
Rite Aid was really bad for that. This is Walmart locking up stores.
Wally World's doing it. Target, horrible. Target.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Half the stores locked up at Target. Yeah.
And but Shanda, again, it's great that it's convenient for you to get the pharmacy at the doctor, but you and I are both concerned about the jobs that are lost through all these closures because they can't afford to go out. They're going to try and find a job. Where are they going to find a fucking job? I mean,
they weren't staffing their businesses any fucking ways. They'd have one person on the floor at Rite Aid and one pharmacy tech working their fucking ass off. And a pharmacist who was fucking worked. There should have been 2 or 3 pharmacists.
We agree. And I am an expert. On that. I know about staffing in a pharmacy. I was a manager and I was a pharmacy tech for years. And yeah, they understaff and they burn out these pharmacists, and that led to misfills, which killed people. And they got the shit sued out of them. So again, I know they're going to have to be able to do something to get people their prescriptions, but it's either going to be Amazon or doctor's office pharmacies. But the problem is going to be you're not going to have people making a wage to contribute back to the commons, and it's going to collapse society. It is.
UBI's coming. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, UBI. Yeah,
Once you get your real ID, you'll get your UBI.
We can go to the Circle K and get dinner for 4. Yeah, that's how it's going to be.
Only if you've been good, though, and your card's working.
Anyway, I'm not fearing you guys. I'm just stating facts. We are in deep doo-doo. And
oh, you think we're in deep doo-doo? Watch this next fucking clip.
Yeah, I was looking at this. He brought this from Wall Street Apes.
So these are brand new houses in San Diego.
These houses would be renting for $10,000.
$10,000?
Here's an update.
$10,000 to $11,000. They are not for sale.
Rent.
They're actually going to be renting for $11,000.
It's $11,000 to rent.
That's out of my price range, but that's common for everywhere.
Even if you're working at the Walgreens, you ain't making enough to fucking cover that.
No, you're not. You'd have to have 4 or 5 families split in the house. So we're going to be extended living like this no tomorrow. What's this guy?
This is LA. This is LA, baby.
Oh, I did this, didn't I?
I'm in Los Angeles, California on Skid Row. Every block is lined with homeless. Everybody is actively using. It is complete and utter chaos. Behind me, incredibly, is a police station. This police station seems to attract more drug users. The entire perimeter is just filled with people actively using. I'm smiling because it's just so ludicrous.
Yeah, that's where I get too. It's nuts.
I'm almost speechless.
It's
Anyway, there's a lot of mental illness
here. It's a police station.
We've seen a lot of crime, a lot of addiction. It's just a crazy place to be.
No, Pat the Batman fan has been screaming about that for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been screaming about that, and
the cops just step over them.
No, they have to clear people off the Hollywood stars when they do things out there. There are people sleeping on top of stars on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
So again, you brought this.
Well, Trump's going to make it better because 5 million student loan borrowers face mandatory collection starting May 5th. That's right. They're coming.
Yeah, more people living on the street after this one.
Let's skip that one because time wise we are up there time wise.
You want this one?
Yeah, go to the next one. There you go. You and I both brought this one.
Okay.
So you just think everyone should have food and shelter? Yes. Yes, I fucking do. And I am tired of people trying to convince me that that's ridiculous. Okay? I am tired of existing in a world where there are dumpsters full of edible food because someone didn't exchange the imaginary shiny rocks for it. Okay? Every single one of our problems can be traced back to capitalism and some asshole who wanted to make more money by doing less. And oh my God, we have enough. We're just not giving it to people. We will do everything but just give people homes and food. You know how much more productive people would be if they weren't spending every minute of their waking lives worrying about how they're going to survive?
Yeah.
If you need the threat of starvation and homelessness to contribute to anything, that's a fucking you problem, okay? Get out of my comment section.
Get the fuck out of my comment section.
33%. 19 families increased their net worth by $1 trillion. No, it's not working. No, it's not working. It's not working at all. No, and you know, I want to say welcome to the party, dear, because I've been saying the same thing about this for 25, 30 years. You know, this is gradually is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I don't know what else to say. Here's a little truth. America's $36 trillion debt isn't because working people have Social Security and Medicare. It's because billionaires and corporations refuse to pay their fair share, period. Yeah, they only have to pay up to like $150,000, right? And then after that, they don't have to pay anymore. Yeah. It's like...
Thank you, Reagan.
Wow.
Reagan the one that rolled that shit back.
How much greedier do you want to get, fucker? I mean, really. And this is... you brought this, didn't you? This yours?
Hi, kids. Today we're going to learn about wage theft. Record-breaking profits without any increase in worker wages is called wage theft. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and here's the Cybertruck. Just China's Cybertruck. This is their...
Oh, China's got their own?
Yeah, check it out.
What the fuck? Is it going to go to space with Katy Perry?
It's going to fly.
It's going to fly. Nice. I'm taking it this is a concept.
I hope so.
Wow. That makes Elon's hunk of junk look like fucking
I'm not shocked. Are you shocked? I'm not shocked.
No, I'm not shocked.
Here's something that'll shock you. Thailand unveils its first AI-powered police cyborg for street patrol duty.
Nice.
Are you effing kidding me? Will we never learn? Will we never, ever learn? But anyway, here's a little snippet of that.
Nice RoboCop.
Thailand deploys humanoid RoboCop. World's first true RoboCop unveiled. Thailand unveils AI police cyborg 1.0. Royal Thai police share photos on social media. Smart robot officer joins force in Thailand.
I could crack a bunch of jokes about this, but they're not funny. They're not fucking funny.
No,
They're
it's
not
fucking
funny.
scary as what
It's
it is.
scary as hell. Talk about a dystopian society before we even go to that post-apocalyptic thing. And you're the one that likes that, what's that, Walking Dead show. I think we're well on our way.
I'm The Last of Us this week.
You're The Last of Us. Okay, The Last of Us.
Oh, that's a great show.
Now, here's something that'll really put a wedgie in your shorts. If Yellowstone blew, it would be horrific. That's a caldera. And it could be nearing an eruption, and they put these on MSN, things like that. But there's a hidden magma
Clickbait.
cap. Yeah, well, it's clickbait. However, Mount Spur in, I believe it's in Alaska, is getting ready to blow its top off. And they aren't kidding because it's already shooting
we've had
smoke
the
out.
most solar activity that we've ever seen, I think, since we've been recording solar activity. We had a huge cardinal mass. The sun's had a huge sunspot on it. Snorky, he knows. He sent me some info on it.
I read it too. Thanks,
Snorky.
Snorky.
It's been freaking crazy. And you can kind of feel it. Like, I'm scared of the sun. Like a lot of shit. I'm into the whole doomsday apocalyptic type of fucking Armageddon, those type of things. And the sun could really fuck us up bad. Like, take us out in a heartbeat.
Doesn't really bad shit, hasn't it through history coincided with the death of a pope?
Yes.
I heard
it's coincided with the death of almost all of humanity.
Oh
a couple of times.
God, what the
they
hell?
say that might be what took the Neanderthals out.
Well, I'm pretty Neanderthal myself. What is this with Bill Gates? What's he doing here?
Bill Gates funded chemical cloud could help stop global warming. So they've approved it to start geoengineering over in the UK. They're acting like it's something new, but we all know it ain't nothing new. I've been telling you all about it for 5 years.
How can anything go wrong there? And you've brought an RFK Jr.
Well, RFK Jr. officially announced this week that effective at 4 p.m. today, which was, I think, like Thursday, artificial dyes will be banned from all food products. Okay. Yay! Good.
Get rid of it. Doesn't have to be pretty to be healthy. That's for damn sure.
No.
You brought this?
If science was never questioned, you'd still be drinking cocaine, giving kids cough syrup with heroin, spraying people with DDT, and smoking the cigarette brand that your doctor recommends.
I'm going to come out
with... Some of us kind of want to do some of those things still.
Next week, I've got a segment I'm going to be doing on what we've been eating all of our lives, and you're not going to like it. You brought Luigi and compared it to a shot of Linda here.
Luigi Mangione officially pled not guilty as the feds charged him and are seeking the death penalty on him. How can the state and the Fed fucking both try him? Isn't that double jeopardy? I don't understand.
I still don't think he did it, and I think this is just all kinds of wrong.
Well, they've raised $1 million for the GoFundMe on him, so he's going to have a hell of a good defense team.
I hope so. What's this?
Oh, this one's going to creep you the fuck out. This is here in Washington State. Check this out.
Of course it is, Shanda.
I'm not even going to set it up. I'm just going to let you watch it.
Thank you very little.
Listen, it's no secret that the government always approves of some new way to poison us, but liquefying bodies and potentially putting them back into the drinking supply is a whole new level of ick. It's called alkaline hydrolysis, and it is water cremation. Being coined as a new, cleaner, greener, eco-friendly way to dispose of your loved ones. But here's what really happens. A body is placed inside of a steel vat with chemicals, typically potassium hydroxide, where it is heated under a high temperature, which liquefies the body. All that's left is the bones, which are then ground up and given back to the family as ashes. The rest is flushed down the drain. That liquefied human goes through the wastewater treatment and gets recycled back into the municipal water supply. The same water supply that comes out of your tap if you're on city water. Now, they advertise this as biologically sterile, but here's what can survive. Prions, they're tiny misfolded proteins typically found in the brain. Mad cow disease, heat-resistant pathogens like hepatitis A, pharmaceutical residues like chemotherapy, antidepressants, and hormones.
Oh, chemo's in everything. Like, they won't let me touch or do anything when you have chemo.
Or medical devices, standard treatment doesn't eliminate those things. We are not just talking about contamination here. As if it's not gross enough, people flush their pharmaceuticals, their aborted babies, and everybody's goes down it. Now we're adding liquefied human remains. Let's call it what it is. Ritualistic, state-approved cannibalism. Most of you don't even know you're consuming trace amounts of the dead. This is not just disrespectful. It's a spiritual, ethical, and biological violation. All in the name of sustainability. And newsflash, it's legal in 28 states.
Including Washington. And they're actually doing it. Washington State was the first to implement it. So
oh my God. Jesus. Okay, what do we got here?
So this is how I feel all day, every day, trying to figure out what to eat. And I think most of you can relate to this.
Oh, God.
The apple has wax on it and is sprayed in pesticides. You need to wash it off first. The tap water is full of toxic chemicals. Do not use it. The pitcher is made of plastic. It's leaching contaminants into the water. The paper towels are made using bleach. Do not use them. Do not use the paper towels. That rag was washed with toxic laundry detergent. It's in the fabric. The soil is devoid of all nutrients. The apple will have no nutritional value.
I mean, that's the way it feels, right? Everything you pick up, everything you touch, we are just being poisoned everywhere.
I know, and I'm going to bring that next week. Like I said, you're not going to be happy. I want to make a correction on that donation I got. That was Crone of Heresy earlier. Thank you so much, Crone.
I think
I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. You guys are so supportive.
I'm glad you're getting donations. Good.
Yeah, what is this? I brought this.
You sent me this.
Oh,
you
shit.
Sent me this.
Yeah,
Wash
you guys
your meat.
watch this. I think it's a bunch of bullshit, but watch it anyway. It just grossed me out. Take the hamburger out of the package. Put John on it. You see that?
Yeah, you can kill it. We got the gist of it.
You gotta take it back.
She put Dawn dish soap in her ground beef and washed it. No. Ugh, what the fuck?
I'm not buying it. Are you buying it? I don't think so.
Is somebody that stupid? I guess they would be.
I'm not buying it because the hamburger, when she dumps it in the frying pan, looks totally different. So, most underused medical tools: fasting,
sunlight,
sleep, nature, real food, exercise. Yeah. That's tough. Heat, cold, salt, magnesium.
Magnesium's a big one.
Yeah, magnesium. Magnesium glyphosate is my choice of vitamin. Earthing, meditation. I'm getting into that now for my vagus nerve. And laughter. That's huge. Laughter is huge.
Laughter is a huge one.
It is a huge one. Let me see. We're about down to we're almost there. We've almost got
We're getting there.
We're getting there. I'm going to skip this. Can you bring it Monday?
How long is it?
Is this yours or mine?
It's only 18 seconds.
Okay, let's go.
Witnesses are recounting some of the drama that
Oh no, you skipped. You're up one. What are you doing?
Two sisters.
Okay, never mind. Let it play. Let this play.
Raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum. And he went up there and he was coming back down towards us and he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound and I said, oh, mum, where's mum? And poor mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave mum, she goes, are you all right? Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help. And mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and mum ran into the bush behind the fence. And I go to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you. All I was thinking about when we were running, I hope he doesn't fire. Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him did
Talk about share a brain.
Well, see, he was up there and we were past our driveway. You don't think of all of that at the time. No, you just run for your safety.
I thought there was a latency issue in my headphones.
No, that was the Doublemint twins on freaking steroids, man.
What is this?
This is a new billboard for promoting women to grow out their armpit hair, and it's called a scratch and sniff billboard.
Oh my God, Shanda! Oh, and they're doing it.
They're doing it. Would you walk by and scratch and sniff some hairy armpit on a billboard?
Hell no. Oh my God. Ew.
Yeah, ew is right.
Oh, bad Shanda. Bad Shanda. Now, this is one sick story here, if this is true.
Yeah, let's see. Woman 70 who used her dead son's sperm to have his child via surrogacy gives update after the birth.
I'm not buying it. I don't. How could biologically?
I'm buying it. I'm totally buying it. Women are demented, and I can
70.
70. How can a 70-year-old? Older and older nowadays. I've heard of it. It's happening. I don't know what the incest.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's weird. So you nailed it right here. This is me.
Me on after a long day of explaining to brainwashed masses that we're neo-feudal tax slaves to a mafia calling themselves the state.
That is so true. So true.
So true.
And we made it. We made it. We made it. We're here.
What
We're
time
here,
is
we're
it?
here.
Yeah, we'll slam through these real fast.
Yeah, we will. And I really like this. You added this.
You're in hell. What's on the TV? The View. Rachel
View.
Maddow.
Yeah.
CNN. Anderson Cooper. Don Lemon.
Yeah.
I could
of
go on
those.
forever.
Forever. What's this? You brought Pedro? What's this?
I can't think of anything more vile and small and pathetic than terrorizing the smallest, most vulnerable community of people who want nothing from you except the right to exist. Pedro, I'm watching The Last of Us. Oh my God, it's so good. The second season, it's so good. If you're not watching it, you should be.
Are we doing Rosie, or are you going to take it to your
Nah,
show?
Skipper, I'll take her to my show.
And this one.
Jared Leto labeled Hollywood's most persistent predator after women unleash bombshell allegation. It's been an open secret for a very long time. It has been an open secret for a very long time. He's a creeper.
Yeah, let's normalize not giving a fuck about celebrities, shall we? And
Yes,
I agree with this 100%. Still a better astronaut than Katy Perry. Absolutely. Stoner Corner. We made it to Stoner Corner, and this is don't worry, be happy. Smoking alone, and I still lost my lighter, and I can't tell you how accurate that is. And there's Shanda harvesting. Good job there, Shanda. That's good.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I smoke weed because punching people is frowned upon. Absolutely. Weed is not a drug. It's a plant. Therefore, I'm not a dealer. I'm a florist. I happen to agree with that sentiment. That is exactly.
It's like growing tomatoes, man.
Yeah. What is this? You brought this. Is this Manhattan?
This was 420 in Manhattan. This is just funny. I don't know how long it is, but you can kill it after however. Oh, it's only 30 seconds.
Holy crap.
Happy Easter, man.
Wow.
You know, they were high flying. I hope there was some freaking hot dog carts or something parked around there because they could have made a killing after that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mario's even there.
Wow.
Mario's getting baked for 420.
Those are like 5-gallon water containers that they.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now we're
We
into
made some crazy gas masks over the days.
Yeah, with a carburetor. God, I'd get so stoned.
Yeah,
I
have.
Yeah. We'll force them to use solar power, and then we'll block out the sun. That was to go with your.
I think that's
story.
a great meme. That's a great freaking meme.
No, it's good. This is a great meme too because it is true. I gotta tell you, CDC, fact checkers, MSM, experts, and scholars, conspiracy theorists, first place, all the way. You agree with that one, Shanda?
Yep.
Yeah. So true. So true. Big Pharma is a dealer, not your healer. I like that from Truth Theory. And old left versus modern left, and looks pretty much the same. Except they
bowing down to the same idiots.
Same idiots doing the same, buying the same.
NPR
bullshit.
takes its talking points from the CIA. Come on, wake up, people.
I don't know why people even bother with Amy Goodman anymore. I have no clue.
I don't. I haven't in fucking 5 years.
Yeah, it's terrible. And this is because I have known despair, I value hope. Because I've tasted frustration, I value fulfillment. Because I've been lonely, I value love. Leonard Nimoy, what a nice sentiment. I have to say, I miss Spock. I miss Paris from Mission Impossible. I miss him. So yeah, he was, from all accounts, a pretty good guy. And when you finally get a girlfriend, but you forgot that you don't have to blow her up. I put that one in. I confess, I put that one in. I did.
Do you know what's in the top 5 things that are found on the side of the road by like chain gang crews that clean up? Blow up dolls is in the top 5. Yeah, blow up dolls is in the top 5. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, people are too embarrassed to throw them in their own garbage can. What do you watch on TV? Military tribunals. And following the narrative, there's a group of people there. You're a terrible person. Analyzing the facts. That's you and me over there on the thing show.
Yeah,
there,
always.
Always. And our chat, too. Our chat's right there, too. I'm trying to find out where I'm at here. Oh, okay.
88.
88. Well, here, clearing the pollen off the driveway. Have you felt okay lately?
So true. It's so bad. Everything's green.
April and May, I get slaughtered. Just slaughtered.
Yeah, me too.
Slaughtered.
It's so bad.
And I must ask, what the fuck is wrong with everyone, Shanda? What the hell? And then this one goes with your bodies in the water here. It's the year 2022. People are still the same. And they'll do anything to get what they need. And they need Soylent Green. Yeah, no shit. I honestly, I don't know anymore.
They're feeding us people.
People in our drinking water. Kids today take big-ass fancy water bottles to school. We survived on a single sip from a germ-infested water fountain for the entire day. That was lead-lined pipes. And if you're wondering what if you're wondering what that picture is up in the corner, that is Doctari. I love that show with Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion. What was the monkey's name? Do you remember the monkey's name?
I don't know. That was before my time, man.
Was it just Cheetah? I think it was Cheetah.
Maybe it was Cheetah, yeah.
I think it was Cheetah. And one of my all-time favorite shows growing up was That Girl. And one of my all-time favorite movies was the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I said before I watched 26 times. And let me see, I got one here. Oh, this is an old commercial I thought I'd bring with microphone Shanda there. And you remember this.
I'm Earl Scheib. This week with my $29.95 paint job, I will give you $10 metalwork absolutely free.
Oh my gosh, I wish.
Don't pay high prices for body and fender repair. Earl Scheib's exclusive estimator takes the guesswork out of auto body repair estimates and shows you how to figure the exact cost. To assure top quality workmanship, Earl Scheib's master craftsmen pay careful attention to every detail. Your car then is expertly painted with Earl Scheib's famous diamond gloss Come Alive colors. And the price for any car is still only $29.95. Your car is then tunnel baked in infrared ovens to give it that beautiful new car look. So drive in this week. Take advantage of this special offer from the man who says,
I'm Earl Scheib. Yes, that's right. I will give you $10 metalwork absolutely free when I paint your car for only $29.95.
So that was
now you go to Mako, it's like $1,500 or some shit, and that doesn't include body work.
Here's the thing: that was even before my time, because when it was my time, it was $39.95, and it was $39.95 for like 10 years.
I remember in the late 90s, like Mako was $500. And that didn't include any body work.
Yeah,
right?
It is. Now you put
better get Mako.
Better get Mako. Now you put this in the deck.
I threw this in here.
Yeah.
I want to tell everybody, Sister Misty's got a new show coming out. She is collaborating with the boys over at Do Dissidents, and I'm super excited for this. I'm glad to see Misty back at it, and you can catch her on Rumble and X. She premieres on May 7th. Yay, Misty! Congratulations on getting a new show. I always love to hear Misty's saltiness.
Getting back out there. Well, I think that's it, and we've got a hell of an outro. I want to thank everybody that stuck around here tonight with us, and I'm going to check one more time. Is there any more super chats? Did we miss anything?
Let me see. I want to shout out Deborah. Deborah, thank you so much for the donation over on the GoFundMe. I appreciate it so much, and to everybody, like I said, I will have a ticker up and running. I've had some really nice donations. Fee came in, Glory Jones, Charlie Mac, Alex, Lady Alex. There's so many. Jax, thank you guys so much. And we'll do a big shout out on Monday on my show.
Yeah. So what's the schedule this week?
Anthony.
What do we got going on? Anthony. What do we got going on?
What do we got going on? I'm going to do a Trailer Park Pundit on Monday morning. Tomorrow, I'm going to run a test stream in the middle of the day just to make sure that my crash system that's been reset is up and running and all dialed in. So we're good to go on Monday morning.
And we are going to check with Amber to see if we're doing a dive this week.
Yeah, we are going to check with Amber. We're supposed to do a dive on Wednesday night and then back to Beauty and the Boomer next weekend if you and I are both tippy-toppy, and as Trump would say.
Yeah, and honestly, the intent is to do one next week, but shit happens, man. And
shit happens with both of us being sick. You never know which one of us is going to go down.
Yeah, and so we're going to do our best to see you next Saturday night. And it's been lovely, and I want to thank everybody for the support. And it's just great having our community here. Thanks again, everybody, Kate, Snorky, and Deborah Grossbach, and everybody that's supporting Shanda's GoFundMe. And I think that's it. I think we're going to go out of here with our last two covers of Fleetwood Mac, and I think they're stunning. They're fantastic. I hope you enjoy them.
You've done a great job with the music. I just got to tell you.
And credit to the cover band, the Fleetwood Mac cover band that we've got. They're in the rundown if you want to check out their channel. Rumors of Fleetwood Mac is the name of the band, and they just do a fantastic job. So anyway, last word, Shanda. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great evening.
I'll see you guys Monday morning, and I will see you on Monday morning. We are going to work the bugs out tomorrow and get a show wrote. I'll see you Monday.
And I'll see you tomorrow, Shanda. I'm going to be working out the bugs here with my audio station that's on the floor. I'm surprised it's still working. Later, guys.
You did a great job of getting through.
Time's going wake up in the morning, see your sunrise loves to go down. Lousy lovers pick their prey, but they never cry out loud. But if she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go? Rock on ancient way, follow those who hail in your shadow. Rulers make bad lovers, better put your kingdom up for sale. What did she make?